#1 local sports team, where local sports matter. It's overtime. Friday night overtime. Here's your host, Scott Rossman.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Overtime. Scott Rossman alongside Hayden Smith, everybody's favorite Who's Your Playoff Style. Tonight, teams from around the area beginning with playoff runs with first-round matchups. Hayden, coming up, we'll have the highlights of the games between Godby and Bay, Madison and Chipley, Freeport and South Walton.
Yeah, Scott, a lot of really great games tonight as well. We'll also check in on the matchups between Jay and Blountstown, Washington, and Chucktown. Time permitting, we'll look back at last night's game between Lincoln and Mosley.
And that's worth looking back at because that was
a great game.
Absolute thriller. Let's get it started with the game at Chapman Field, Tommy Oliver Stadium. The Bay Tornadoes hosting their first playoff game in 21 years, so a long drought over in that sense. The 9-1 Tornadoes, the 2 seed in their 3A1 bracket, hosting 7 seed and 4 and 6 Godby out of Tallahassee. This one chippy before kickoff even. The refs having to separate the players there. Bay's first possession, they drive it to the Godby 22 on 4th and 4. They go with the trick play, but Godby's Quintel Strong tackles to Marion Davis, so it's a turnover on downs. Kind of set the theme for the night. Scoreless into the second quarter. The action really heats up there. Godby quarterback Landon Doherty dropping back, then takes off up the middle, scores on the 17-yard run. 2-point conversion, 8-0 game. Ensuing kick goes to Davis, who takes it this time at his 3-yard line, shoots like a rocket up the middle, then comes to the near side, a 97-yard touchdown return. It's 8-7 Godby. The Cougars line up to punt on 4th and 11 in the next series. Lazarus Chambers fields the high snap and then decides to take off, easily getting the first down with this 32-yard run well across midfield. Just a few plays later, Cameron McMillan goes in from 10 yards out. Another 2-point conversion. Godby doesn't have a kicker. Makes it 16-7. Bay answers a drive down to the 8, and then Zabion Morgan taking it in from there. 16-14. Zay flagged for the spike there. So a minute 32 left as they kick from the 25. Jarrell Hall can't hold on to it. Bay's Caden Turner all the way down to recover it. Bay, though, would later turn it over on down. So 46 seconds to go in the half. Doherty tosses to Jamarian Simmons, who tosses to a wide-open Damaris Bunyan, who takes it down to the Bay 7. 3 plays later, after a penalty, back the Cougars up. 6 seconds left in the half. Doherty to Simmons, 17 yards, 2-point conversion. It's 24-14 Godby into the half, and the Cougars continue to pour on the points in the second half. 56-35 with just over 3 minutes to play. Very much looking like Bay will take an L in the first round of the playoffs tonight.
That is a tough way to end their season after such a phenomenal year.
All right, now to the west and into Walton County. 2 area teams head-to-head at South Walton there tonight. Adrian Andrews making the trip to Santa Rosa Beach and steps in with the highlights. Adrian.
Yeah, guys, this is actually the second time Freeport and South Walton have played this season. Back in early October, South Walton came away with a convincing 50-9 win over the Bulldogs. Both teams going in opposite directions after that game. South Walton winning 3 of their next 4. Freeport losing 2 of their next 3. Let's pick it up first quarter. Seahawks in the dark green. QB J.D. Brown looking deep, finding Max Baker. 45 yards to the Dogs' 2-yard line. Brown then finishing things off with the runoff tackle, 7-0 South Walton. Freeport trying to answer. QB Carter Nunes. He scrambles towards the near side, and then he just lobs this one up deep towards Julius Miles. Always a good idea. He is down to the 17-yard line. Later is 3rd and goal from the 5. Nunes rolls right, tosses towards Caleb Leonard, but he can't haul it in. Dogs settle for 3. Few plays later, the jet sweep to Baker, who goes far side, works his way through a lot of traffic, but then finds green turf on his way to a 78-yard touchdown run. It's 14-3. Now second quarter, it's Brown. He's looking downfield again, and again he just tosses again towards Baker, who bobbles it but then catches it and scores on the 64-yard touchdown. It's 21-3 Seahawks. The aerial assault continues. Brown this time across the middle to Carter Hawk, and he's all the way down to the Freeport 9-yard line. That's some nice moves. Sets up this Brown scramble, another touchdown. South Walton up 28-3. And they were on their way to a 41-3 win. They advance to play at Catholic in the region semis next week.
Well, thank you very much, Adrian. That's a great win there for South Walton.
Yes, and always fun to watch games at that beautiful field at South Walton. The lighting's perfect, the field's perfect, and congratulations to Coach Tease and his guys.
Yes, without a doubt. Well, Scott, let's take it down to the Roll classification and up to Philip Roundtree Stadium in Chipley. The Tigers, a great regular season for them coming into tonight, 9-1 in the 8th seed, but a tough matchup with last year's Roll Class State champs, the 9th-seeded Madison Cowboys. 5-5, their record, 5-4, I should say, all 4 of those losses to teams in much bigger classifications. First drive of the game, Chipley on offense, he on 3rd down. The toss to Zach Nelson on the near side. He's swallowed up behind the line by multiple Cowboy defenders, so Chipley punts away. Doesn't take long for Madison to get going. It's going to be Ladarius Crumity to step up in the pocket and make a toss down the field, finding Travis Arnold, hauls it in, but he takes a knee right around the 20-yard line, but no worries. Just a few plays later, Crumity on the QB draw. Look at him shed tackle after tackle to get into the end zone, and the Cowboys striking first, 8-0 after the conversion. Tigers punt on their drive, so here's the jet sweep to Arnold. A couple beautiful blocks from his teammates. Gets him a lot of space to work. He'll get it all the way inside the 10-yard line. And just 2 plays later, Crumity able to fire across the middle and connect with Brandon Williams. He's in for 6, 15-0 early on. Chipley finally gets their offense going in the right direction. Handoff with Malik Henderson, finds a gap to get the first down and some more, but Chipley punts just 4 plays later. But give the Chipley defense some love right here. Chad Mitchell in that QB, tosses to Rashard Miller. Look at Tucker Locke coming in with a massive hit to force the punt as we head to the second quarter. Tigers now with a chance, but backed up in their own territory. Caden Coltrane has to escape, make a toss down the field. Look at Crumity coming in, picking that off with one hand. The QB/corner with a big-time turnover. After an unsportsmanlike penalty, though, on Chipley's sideline, Madison gets great field position and scores with Williams. 23-0 early into the second quarter. Madison continues to roll from there. They win in advance, 43-8 over the Tigers. Chipley's great season, Scott, comes to a close.
I fear that's the conclusion for a lot of our area teams tonight. It was not a good night for the teams in our region. All right, takes us into our first break. Still ahead, the highlights of the games between Jay and Blountstown, Washington and Choctaw, as well as other finals, and a look back at Mosley's thrilling playoff win last night.